Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back again.
Welcome.
I see people are still coming back, so hopefully you guys will continue to keep coming to join us each and every week. We're definitely excited about the NFT space. I think we find something like every day,
Every day.
literally like every day.
That's
Once
right.
again, my name is Tiala Kid. I am definitely excited that you guys are here. And again, we will keep giving as long as you guys keep showing up. And if you want more, we'll keep giving more because trust me, there's a lot to give. There's a lot of information out here that can definitely be beneficial for you as far as if you're looking to get into the NFT space. We're just here to give. Like I said, hopefully you can spread the word for us, for people to join us on whatsnfts.com. Family, friends, let them all know. Again, it's one of those things as far as, we're trying to get our community to start understanding that there's a lot of not just money to be made, but there's a lot of things as far as if you have some expertise within the whether it's designing or drawing, you're missing a lot of things. You're missing a lot of money by not being a part of this particular space. It's great. So I know earlier today. And we had another call at like 11 o'clock this morning. We were talking about NFTs. And so just a reminder, as far as for some of you guys, the class that we have on Tuesday morning at around 11 o'clock is definitely going to be a little bit more of the advanced type class. The classes that we're doing at the 6 o'clock on Tuesdays and Thursdays, those are going to definitely be the classes that we're going to be trying to give you guys more information for things that if you're not new to crypto, I mean, if you are new to crypto and you don't know how to buy crypto and so forth, you'll still be able to access buying some of the things that we're talking about. So that's where we'll start you guys out at, and then we'll gradually continue to increase as far as, hey, this one you may need to buy Ethereum, and so hopefully we'll have some help available for you all at that point. But again, once again, welcome, welcome, welcome. You see, I'm not crying today. I'm actually doing a little bit better than, than the first one, but still excited. Still excited. So again, that's me in a nutshell. So Jessica, I don't know if you have anything you want to say before we get started.
Oh no, we're just gonna give you some more information about some of these NFTs, and like she's saying, it's gonna be a lot easier for some of the ones that we're gonna go over tonight because you can use your debit card or credit card, and you won't need those specific wallets like Trust and Bitcoin to purchase some of these items. So we're gonna just go over some of that information and run you through some projects that we're in.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Good stuff. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll get started with sharing my screen here. So this is the techie part of TI. Hold on one second. Just get this going real quick. And if y'all see me looking to the side, it's only because I have multiple screens that I'm working on. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right, so as you guys can see, the project that we're going to do a lot of talking about tonight, and like I said, we'll also go back and recap a little bit about the WNBA. Let's go, on NBA Top Shot. Tonight we really want to talk about Blankos. I don't know if some of you guys have heard about Blankos or not, but Blankos is a huge deal. They have, I mean, literally, this was an article that was put out in June, and they are still doing some great work. You guys will definitely continue to hear us talk about all the graphics. When you start looking at some of these games and stuff, as far as investing in them, how are their graphics look? Or do they really look like anything? For me, when I see these graphics, I'll be like, somebody kid gonna want this little toy, so I need to buy this early so that I can sell it to somebody kid for a higher price later down the line. So I don't know if I should say, but that's the ultimate goal as far as the NFT space. But again, Blancos, literally they up to date. I mean, this was back in June. They've raised over a whopping $120 million. So for those of you again who are still always saying, "Hey, I'm skeptical about this thing," or does it really work, or are these people really trying to do some good things? Okay, I don't know what other proof you want, or what other things you're looking to try to figure out on these things. But if they're raising 120 million dollars and they're selling out on some of these drops like very very quickly,
Very.
I mean, Jessica, I mean, well, we didn't get the last drop because we was trying, but
We were trying very hard. And that's like she's saying, when they get pouring in $120 million into these platforms or to these companies to build out, you have to pay attention to that. There was a lot of things that we did like about Mythical Games in the studios that's behind the Blancos. So NFTs are very instrumental. And so a lot of games and stuff like that, they don't allow you to own your items And so a lot of people have been trying to experiment with the NFT market space. They basically, to give you ownership, that the blockchain is giving them that opportunity. So there's a lot of companies or a lot of fundraising going on to pour into companies like this that are actually doing good things. Some of these collectibles, they're all going to be specific to an artist that creates them. And right now, you're getting in at season 0. So we're going to go over it and show you that it is currently on blockchain technology, but it is looking to go mainstream and come to like your everyday use, like of PlayStation 5 and your Wii's and systems like that. So being in early on this is it can be very beneficial to you. These aren't a high amount of dollars. These are like $9.99
Hmm.
and things like that. We did have founders packs. We when they first started out, you were able to purchase founders packs, and that is going to give you a founders. You're gonna get a founders title in the game, and when you play and things like that, when your kids play, or just as it's mainly as a collectible item. So pay attention to that. So and you can go ahead. Or was this? Yes,
No, and I think it's important, like you said, a lot of these things, as far as getting invested in some of these things, they're not like super expensive.
that's right.
For us, for a lot of the things that we've invested in, it's just been a matter of, hey, we want to be the first because, again, when you're starting, especially like I said, as you get, if you're new to NFTs, normally when you start saying, hey, I'm a founder, I have founder items from that particular platform or that particular game, that normally when it's time to sell, that means a lot because if they, let's say they only have 1,000 founders of these Blankos that they may give out on a particular at a particular time, that means everybody in the whole world, whoever wants to come play Blankos down the line as this thing continues to launch and as they continue to grow and build out, they're going to want a founder's item, a Blancos. And I'm sorry, it's like, okay, yeah, I was here like super early, so that means that you can potentially sell that for a whole lot more money.
That's
So
right.
don't overlook things when they're talking when we're talking when you're in the NFT space and you're talking about, hey, I can give you a come of founders on that. There is definitely a little bit more risk involved with that aspect of it of getting in early on some things. And so on some of those, you're going to have to either have a little bit of your portfolio that may say, hey, you know what, these are going to be long-term items that I may have to hold for a little while. But imagine, I think the biggest thing as far as, I think for just when we're talking about some of these things on Blancos, it's really a matter of them being able to get to some of these sites. And actually, no, I'm sure that I think we had a video too. Of
That's
being
right.
able to show some of the different sites and show some of the different things and graphics that they have. Let me just see if I can find that real quick on the Blancos. And that way you guys can kind of see some of their graphic stuff of what they're doing on here. So this is the Blancos things, and I'll just play this video. I think it's like 1 minute long. So I'll show you guys this. This is the Blancos game.
Legend tells of a place where everyone comes together to play and dance and race and shoot and jump and fly with jetpacks, maybe bat wings, and there's lava and a mountain made of junk food where you can create your own worlds and have your own adventures where you are in charge. Where you can make your very own games with your very own rules. And all your friends can come and play. Like this one here. Yep, them too. And I don't know what that dude is, but he is cool. What? They're all toys? Come to life. And I can actually play with them and own them all. That's sweet. But you see, this place isn't a legend at all. It's a party. The party.
Yeah.
So,
And just
so
to add,
Jessica.
also, just to add to that video, there's so many opportunity even for the kids that they're playing games that they can't really make any money off of. But there's so much demand for if you go in here, it allows you to create games, and they're looking for game makers. And so there's so much money and opportunity in NFTs besides just the NFT itself, especially for the kids. They're playing a lot of things that is going to give them no value. But being able to come in here, start creating games, start creating and getting in the market early, you can really make a name for yourself early.
And I think too, even as far as when you're talking about, I think as far as owning some of the things in the game, I know we've talked about that a little bit, but literally, I think one thing that's important because like when most people are buying these little games and whatever they're playing, I don't know the Candy Crush, I don't know, remember the game they're playing right
Mhm.
now. So it's been some time. But as far as the difference on these games is, as far as if you come in and you buy some of these characters for your kids, if they get tired of that character and they want to buy a new character, most of the time those characters that they've bought, they can go back and sell those for more money. So it's not like you have to keep going back and spend. Well, you're going to probably. I had kids too, so they gonna still want another one. But at least your hope would be is that at some point, if they got tired of any of the characters that they may buy, they can that you may buy, you can at least go back and sell them to someone else. And so that's huge in itself of being able to own your items and then being able to sell them back to somebody else. Okay,
Yes.
so, but again, Blancos, just I mean, again, look at their graphics. Look at how the their stuff looks. And this is some of the things as far as some of the early on packs. We definitely bought some of the things early from Blancos when Blancos first dropped. We were like, hey, how many do we need to buy on these
That's
Blancos?
right.
Because again, they're like $10. So you're looking at some of these, you're like, okay, these are $10 here. There are some that definitely started getting a little bit higher, like the ones we didn't get that was from Burberry.
Yes. We did
But
get the jetpacks though. And
we
so,
did
and
get
like
those.
she's saying, and it's specifically like those are the ones that are going to come out probably by Marathon Clothing. There are companies that's getting involved in the NFT industry by other people that are already involved. Like Marathon has come to Mythical. They see what they're already building out. They know what it's going to be doing. And so they're going to be branding to their Blancos to a specific one, creating it. And each company can do that no matter who they are. And so you have the Marathon, you have Burberry,
Mhm.
and more will come. So it is very early, but that is exactly when you want to get involved. When you're having season zero items right now, that's a very valuable item.
And I think there was one question as far as far as downloading the game and so forth. Now, Jessica, now
Yeah.
see, let me just tell you, because there was like a challenge that you had to do on playing the Blancos in order to get something for free. I love the game because I mean, when you go in there, it's like you can do all these little dance moves. You can buy the jewelry stuff. When you're in the NFT space, so let me just say this: when you're participating in the NFT space, and people in crypto are we just different breed of people sometimes, but there are some people you want to look the best in the game. It's just part of the game. You want to have the latest and greatest. You want to have the best dance moves because when you're in the game, you'll see people that'll be like dancing and they'll be shake. I mean, all kind of moves. You be like, actually, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cute. But so be just understand that as far as downloading the game. Yes, you can definitely download it and you can definitely play it. My nephew plays it. My nephew JC. I mean, he plays it all the time. Not all the time. He is managed. So let's be real clear. But he definitely does play it. Just go
And
ahead.
yes, yeah, to add to that, so you don't have to download the game to play it. You can go just to the website. It's the Blankos.shop. I think you can also go to that website. But there are benefits to downloading the game and even just entering the game. Sometimes if you do playing the game, they usually have a specific Blanco that they'll give out to people that actually purchase the game, especially since they're so early. They would like people to come in and play the game. Every company that's like that, especially in the NFT, because they're so early, they need users. And so coming in and even logging in may entitle you to free Blancos bucks to purchase NFTs down the line or do certain events to or specific the specific things you have to do in the game to get a free Blanco. And that Blanco may only have 100 of them because only 100 people are logging in and playing. Of course, it may be more than that, but it's a really good benefit if you do download it and also play it.
Hmm.
But you do not have to.
Yeah, we don't have to.
That's
Because for me, and that's like you said, for me, most of the time, I don't have time to play all the games that I'm invested in, but I will invest in the games because I do know that there's a great upside in being invested in the games. Like I said, especially if you're trying to buy founders packs, because literally, I mean, you'd be all day playing games for the different things that we're invested in, but at the same time, getting in and at least learning something and joining their discords or joining if they have a telegram or joining them on seeing what they have available on Twitter. Those are going to be great things for you to try to connect with so you can get a better understanding of how they're continuing to develop the game. And that will help as far as, well, hey, you know what, maybe I do need to keep investing some more money into Blancos. For me, like I said, Blancos drops, and I will just tell you, because your feelings are going to get hurt a lot in the NFT space. There are going to be drops when you be like, man, could I just get one? and sometimes one does not happen.
That's
It
right.
literally, it's just that many people who start seeing this particular game. Like at the beginning, it's like, okay, you could buy these things and let it could last for a little while. Now, when you're trying to buy some of these Blankos things, it's literally, they sell out in like sometimes like seconds
Seconds to minutes.
to minutes. And if you're contemplating to push the button, it's already sold out.
That's right.
Literally that quick. It's
You got to
literally
put the
sold out.
address in and anything.
Yep. By the time you put your address in, and be like,
That's
oh yeah,
right.
your address, it took you that extra 2 seconds, and it's over because it'll say sold out. It'll be like your order was rejected. So then you're on the open market, which we're going to kind of talk to you guys a little bit tonight, as far as hey, being able to go to the open market on Blankos, because like I said, you guys have you've just getting started with it, so you've definitely missed some drops. So again, some of these were when they came out were like $10. Now you'll see people who are selling them for, depending on how many of them. So hypothetically, let's say if there was only 100 of these that were ever sold, this one's gonna probably cost you a little bit more money. I promise you. I don't care if the person got it as a airdrop. They don't even care. They're like, okay, it's an airdrop, but you need to go ahead and pay me my $500 or my $1,000. And sometimes they're even higher than that. So again, we'll talk about that. So let me go ahead, and I'm going to go to this next tab here. So this is actually their Blankos marketplace. So you'll be able to come here and look at the dashboard as far as some of the different items that they may have. Just, I don't know if you want me to go to any other certain tabs. I can go to marketplace here.
You can go to the marketplace specifically. And so a lot of these, even like the Altoid, we start off, those are $9, and now you have them buying from 91. Even accessories that you can come in and buy in the marketplace. Some of these are only been $3 or $6, but now because the drops are specific to times and mints, and see it says open beta, and it's going to tell you the mint number that was created. Now, when you're talking about right now, 2,800, and this is a game that's going to be going to like supposedly rumored PlayStations and Wii's and different devices,
Mm-hmm.
that is a very small mint number.
Yep.
So definitely pay attention to coming over and trying to buy some of these. The price of them are only like 9. They go up to 150 or maybe even so more, depending if it's an artist that's already well known, or a company like Burberry. You can be paying up to $200-$300 depending on them. But you're going to be able to come back and resell it almost for double or triple generally if you're able to get the drop.
So and over here too on the marketplace, you can definitely search by. Let's say if you want to just put Blankos just to see what Blankos are available, you can put Blankos. Just put that on there. And if you only want to see what's available, you can turn it to only what's available. Okay, so that's one way. A couple things as far as when you're looking on this particular site. Again, so you'll see the difference. This one is $1,600. There was only 904 of these minted at the time, so that definitely means that these are going to be more valuable. Again, that one like five. There was only 10 of these minted. At some point, somebody probably gonna really, really want this $5 million. I'm gonna have to miss that one. I missed that one. I didn't get Billy Bones. I got a couple of Billy Bones, but I didn't get that Billy Bones.
Oh,
So
yes.
we needed that Billy Bones. But again, like I said, you'll see on here, like I said, when you're trying to invest in some of the NFT space, as far as some of these things, yeah, you can buy them for $10. And I'm not saying that $100, but that from $10 to $100, that's a great start if you're looking at trying to get started. Again, we're trying to find things that are definitely going to be cheaper for you to get started with here. I mean, with this particular space, than jumping into something that's $1,000 and $5,000. I'm gonna show y'all the one that I didn't get that I keep stocking. But let's see, where is it at? It's gonna be down here. This was the one that just recently dropped, the Burberry one. Like Jessica said, we did get all the little gadgets for it, but we just didn't get. Or did I pass it up?
Oh, the Burberry. This is the
Yeah.
shark. I think you might have passed it up.
Uh, did I pass it up? Let me just keep. It's a little sharky, so that way you guys can see.
There he is.
Uh,
Shark
oh,
B.
right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one right here, we didn't get this one. We wanted this one. We
We
tried to get this
tried.
one. It was $250. But we weren't able to. They sold out so fast, and so you'll see that some people who got these for $250 a couple
Mint
of
number
weeks ago.
5. Mm-hmm.
These are. Let me just see if I can sort these a different way. That's super high. So let's go this other way. So the low right now for the people who bought these for $250, the low is $1,199.
We tried.
I've seen them at 900, and I was like, nah. I was like, I'm like, maybe somebody gonna get tired, and maybe they're gonna drop it a little lower, and they not budging right now.
They're
So
not budging.
they not budging yet. So if I want this one, that means I'm gonna have to end up spending some more money than I really want to spend. But at the same time, when you look at this particular game, for one, it was with Burberry, and you're like, okay, that why is Burberry coming over here getting involved with Blankos?
Right.
Why? So again, ask these questions instead of being skeptical. Why are they getting involved with these things?
Yeah.
It's
Why are they
because there's
branding themselves to an NFT?
and yes, I mean that's a great point. You know, when you talk about branding themselves, it's like okay, so every kid that's playing with the shark and see Burberry running in this game, it's advertising. It's like
Mhm.
forever advertising. So if you start thinking in the bigger pictures of why people may be getting invested in some of these things, or how you can possibly, if you have a business, get invested in some of these things, that's what you got to start thinking about. That's where the NFT space is going. So again, these are for me most of the all the stuff that I own. I've not unboxed them. All my stuff is still on my shelf,
That's
nice
right.
and polite. On the shelf. You can literally go boxed on. So if you only wanted items, because like what I mean by that is that if they've been opened up, you can actually literally go play these in the game, take them and play them in the game. If this is the character you want to be in the game, you can do that. And so again, in the NFT space, people know that it's only 750 of these. And if you happen to be walking around in the game with one, they were like, well, man, look, they got the Burberry. You're the talk of the town right now. So that's what it really boils down to. So I would normally turn mine to boxed only items when I'm looking at certain things to buy some of these items. But
And
that's
to
just
add to that, the box items will be more valuable as resale as a collectible. It has the season printed on it. It has the name. It has everything on it. So the box item, if you're looking to sell the item down the line, it's going to be more valuable. Like she's saying, playing with the Blanco, it's going to upgrade the character. So you'll be able to maybe sell it for a higher price on the market to somebody else that's maybe looking to play the game. They may not want to go through that to upgrade their Blancos. But a lot of people, if you're looking for it as a collectible item, I definitely would keep it boxed.
so maybe you can, like I said, no, I understand, but maybe just go a little bit more into what you mean by upgrade in the game.
Oh yeah, so there's different levels, like up to level 15, and so those different levels, you just may get like it levels you up to having more powers, and so there's different, like I'd say about maybe five. They keep building into it to the strength and different levels that you will increase over time, and so it makes your Blanco have better powers and things like that. So there's got a lot of different let's say things that will be created, the games that will be created. They're going to be creating games all the time, so it's a benefit to you to have a more powerful Blanco in the game, no matter what. Sometimes it's going to take you time to get that, so you're either going to purchase it and allow yourself to get upgraded, or you're going to take the time to play the game and upgrade yourself. So some people may not want to play it; they may just want the collectible at a level 15, put it on the shelf. Everybody would have a reason why they would be saving these. So a lot of people do definitely buy two of those items because of that. If you're going to want to play the game and you think you're interested in playing the game, then I would definitely keep one box and the other one to play if that's something that you choose to do.
Yeah. The rule is try to buy two when you're buying items, because then you don't get emotionally attached to the stuff. You be like, okay, when you like, okay, when it's time to sell, you be like, okay, I can go ahead and sell that. Yeah, but when you got one, you be like, well, man, if I sell it now, what happened if it go to $5,000 or $10,000? So
Mhm.
always have two. I'm telling you from experience, always have two. It will definitely help you by having two items. I promise you. I promise you. Okay.
That's right.
Okay, so again, these are going to be like I said, we didn't get this particular item. We did get a lot of the different gadgets that they had available, but just not the actual Blancos. So again, we can turn this over here back to the
Yeah,
Blancos.
and so make sure you know every Blancos has a specific artist. Some may be well known, some may be not, but every Blancos is created by a specific NFT. There will be a new drop coming up on the 15th. It says Bow Wow, but they didn't say it was the artist Bow Wow.
You
So you
got to
gotta
read into
read
it.
between the lines on some stuff. And so it's just you do have to pay attention to the drops and things that are coming out and read between the lines. They don't make announcements on everyone. but they will make some announcements on the artist or someone that's coming out that may be about to do a drop. And also pay attention to the drop. Some of them are limited and some of them are time based, but
Mm-hmm.
still the mint counts are so low that you just pay attention. Maybe you'll grab some in the first batch because you want a low mint number. But when you come back around, if you notice they're still for sale on the mint count, even 3,100, I would consider a low mint count.
Mm-hmm.
Who you're talking about mainstream adoption. So come back. The accessories sometimes are what, $3.99, $6.99, and
Yeah,
then
I
you'll
think
come back
over
to the shop.
was it over here on the Blankos at the shop? Was this the shop? Because
Yes, the
sometimes
shop.
the shop. So sometimes, yeah, that's a good point. So because sometimes what you'll find is that if you just come over to blancos.com and go to the shop, like
Yes.
these little gadgets are 3.99. Okay, they're 3.99 right now. But remember, once these gadgets are gone, most of the time when Blancos stops a sale, it's like okay, you can never ever get that item again. That one won't be available for sale. Won't be available to buy again. So I mean, they have 35 days on it. So sometime when I remember, I'll be like, okay, I'm at Blanco site. Let me go buy like 3 or 5 of these items, and I'll just start collecting because again, everybody in the NFT space who wants to play Blancos, let's say they don't find out for Blancos for another 2 or 3 months or 6 months. When these are gone, they might want the green bandana to match their Blanco. I'll be there to sell it to them. So I'm giving you a hint. Try to make sure you're buying accessories too. But definitely buy the Blancos. But if you can buy the accessories also, that's definitely another way of being able to make some very good money on there. It really is. Okay, so that's good. All right. So again, like I said, if you obviously if you've missed some of the sales already, then definitely come over here to Blancos and then come over to like if you wanted some of the accessories right now, you'll see some of the accessories that they currently have available. Like some of these were $3. They're I mean I know you're like well $36. Yeah, they're $36. So depending on what you have, which one of these you have, you'll see like these are like 50 something dollars. These are $74. But if you have multiples of these, you make your money and you keep moving on some of these projects, or you sit there and you wait for some of these projects and hold them for a little while. So the shoes, because you don't want to walk around barefoot in the game. You
Yeah,
want the
and to add to that, collectibles get generally more valuable over time. So our game plan is more long term. You guys may be different, so make sure you do keep that in mind. If you're purchasing and looking to flip it immediately, you need to take that into account. If you it may do a double, it may do a triple in the beginning, but we're looking more for 10x, 100x gains if
Mhm.
if you can get there. So some of these, like I say, are so early that they, of course, are able to come over here and even make these small games double or tripling their money in the process. You can do that as well, but make sure you do plan if you're doing the short term or if it's just a flip for you or a long term. You do have to come up with that for yourself.
Yeah, great point. Great point. So again, these, like I said, this is the Burberry, the shoes, and the jetpack. There was 1,500 of these that were minted. Again, they will. If the shark people who got the shark Blancos need the jetpack to go with theirs, I
Yeah,
do
'cause they
have
didn't
them
have
for sale.
time.
I
They
do
should have
have
had
them for
time
sale.
to get both. They had to pick. Right? They had to probably be one or the other.
Yeah. You wouldn't like you say, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get both of all those items. No, it was like you either getting the Blancos, and I trust me, I tried to get the Blancos first, and then had to come back.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, if you need some of these, I do have some of these for sale. so, so yeah, these are like I said, these are like a lot of the things that that used to be available. Some of the hats again that were probably $3 or $6.99 are now $120. Again, because people who are investing in some of these games, they know this. They're not investing to just be spending money. They're like, okay, nah, we're gonna go ahead and invest in these things, these items in the game. Sometimes the items in the game can be even more valuable than the actual Blancos. I'm just saying they're not there yet, but depending on what numbers of Blancos you have with it that you're buying, that's in that series, can determine as far as how high these things are. But if you're ever on here and you're looking at accessories, and let's say if it's especially a new drop that is still out, it's always going to be cheaper for you to go back to the shop site instead of coming over to the marketplace. Because at one point, like I said, sometimes these hats when they're first starting, they may be $6.99. Let's say it's $6.99. But if you come over to the marketplace, people who bought them over there at the shop are going to instantly try to sell them up higher. Just come back over to the shop and pay your $3.99 and buy them, or $6.99 and buy them there if they're still available. And then, like I said, but if they're not, then obviously you have to just come back over to the shop area to pick up those items. Okay. All right, so that's good stuff. I don't know if there's any other questions. I'm trying to make sure if we have any questions too. So if you guys do have any questions, just put those in the chat. Okay, so that's my collection. So all right, so in my collections too, like I said, I when I buy items, I do definitely try to buy like so some of my Blancos. You'll see that I'll buy 11 or 10 of them. That's just my thing. If I'm buying things or if I'm sitting there, and I'm like, oh, let me go in and buy 3 or 4 of those items at a time. And like I said, when I may come back over here and see something else, I'll be like, okay, you know what? Let me go buy another 5 or 10 of those items. But it's still a matter of, like I said, we definitely invested early on in this particular project, and it was just a matter of we wanted to try to get some of these items before, because we learned from some other games that we didn't invest in early on because we just didn't know about them. But again, like I said, you'll be able to come here and see all the different items that you own, and you buy whatever you can because they will become valuable down the line. I do need to go buy some more of those. Going to have one of those. Okay, but again, that's just to give you an idea as far as some of the things that we're definitely doing in investing in some of in the Blancos games. Just anything else you want to cover on Blancos? I'm excited about Blancos.
Oh yeah, they're very exciting. And no, just to recap, like, making sure they know about the game creating side to it, but that they will have to download it if they do want to create games inside of it, or if their kids are looking to create any games. So making sure they can just go to the website to purchase those Blancos, or if they want to take the chance of downloading the game. Even when I'm saying logging in at times, we'll get, like I said, they gave out some Blancos bucks would entitle you to go to back to this shop and purchase some of those. So it is a benefit to just, if you do want to download the game, take it for a little spin. It is a benefit to that, especially with a lot of these games being built on the blockchain.
And so once again, I think it's important. This is again one of those games where you can definitely use your debit card, or you don't have to have crypto in order to buy over here. It'll be an easy step for you guys to do it. So hopefully you guys are just not just watching and watching. We're wanting you to like go out and like implement some things. Do your research on there. Like I said, so let's get that real quick. We're not your financial advisors, but do your research on some of the things that we're talking about. But if you've done research and you're like, well, hey, you know what? That's actually very interesting, or that actually looks like that could be profitable. Pull the trigger. Go in, like I said, buy a couple of those things. I'm not telling you to go out and buy 10 or 15 of these items. I am just telling you, hey, go out and buy two, if you can, buy 2 of these items at a time. And like I said, and don't feel like you have to buy everything all at once. But do some things. And so, I mean, that's so. And with that being said, I know the last session we talked about NBA Top Shot with the WNBA. Literally, we went through as soon we finished. I was like, you know what, Jessica, I don't even have my WNBA thing complete. I was like, oh Lord, I'm behind, and I normally will be like right on it as soon as they drop. I'm like, okay, I got to go get the whole collection. So my sister Jessica was like, sis, go do it right now. So I did complete my WNBA set. So I do have all those cards complete. And then, like I said, there was another WNBA one that I did complete also. And so remember, on some of these projects, you don't necessarily have to go in and buy the higher price cards. You can definitely go in, like I said, if it's something that you're like, hey, those cards are just too high for me to buy. So if I just click on my complete one, I think I don't know what's going to show. Okay, so these are the cards that I bought. All right, so these are all the different cards that I bought for this particular project. I bought one of each so far. At some point, I will probably, to not go against my rule, I will probably go back and have a second set, just because I know I need a second set. That's me personally. I'm not telling you to do that, but there are different aspects as far as the price of these cards. Don't feel like you have to go in and buy the higher price. Like Tarasi, I know Tarasi's been like balling. Tarasi's prices have been like balling too. So just understand, when you're coming to the marketplace to look at some of these cards, sometimes you can find some that are cheaper, and sometimes you're gonna be like, okay, the floor is the floor, and it just like you can't you can't make it change. It's just not possible. So let me just see what was that available. So there's 264 of them. So right now, the lowest one on Tarasi is $50. That is like the lowest one available. The top sale for Tarasi has been almost $5,000. So if you're still someone that you're on the fence as far as, hey, maybe I should get the set, maybe I shouldn't get the set, prices are going up.
Yes. and actually, if you go to the marketplace and filter it to the WNBA, I think I know the night I came on, I was saying I trying to get some of those cards on the floor, and that was like at $9. A lot of them still were on. So if you go back, if you go now to it, you'll see that the set already has gone up, sometimes double the price on some of those. So yeah, if you go to WNBA, um,
Hmm.
so yeah, they're already, some of them are still at a lower price point, and not everybody is listing there. So you do want to pay attention to that. But as you can tell, the value on a lot of the cards now are already increasing. People can always come in and list, but you should be listing to the current floor unless people are always trying to beat your price. They'll do that. But if you already see, you don't really see any more $9 cards. I think they're now 14,
That's very few.
$15 a card already, and it's going to continue to go up if people know how to price right in the market. Believe me, it can change, but if you get good numbers, you do want to pay attention. You don't want to get like number 30,000 if you can get number 10,000 or 5,000 or better yet 1,000 or 200. So it is important to pay attention to that and the resale value of it. Now,
Hmm.
if you also are just collecting and you want to have the card, that wouldn't matter to you. Maybe you just want the lowest card count, so card number. So definitely pay attention to those things, and hopefully, still over time, they will continue to go up, and the sets should still increase.
Okay, and I think what you just said, even as far as the price, Sue Bird has definitely gone up. It's just like there's no if, ands, or buts
Come
about it.
on, Sue. That's right, Sue.
We're like, let's go, Sue.
There go, Sue. Run. That's
So
right.
right here, I mean the floor, like I said, I think it was $50. It's just a matter of, I mean, they haven't gone down. They're not going down right now. So if you're looking at getting Sue Bird, it's just a matter like, whoa, what had happened? What had happened was you
What?
start
Yeah. What
buying them.
happened? What happened from this week to last week or a couple of days ago? When did? And
Oh
that's how it
man.
happens.
That's how it happened, and it happens fast. Because I remember when we were doing that with the men's and stuff. We're like, ah, yeah, you know what? I don't think the price is gonna go up. And then all of a sudden, them buggers just skyrocket. You're like,
That's right.
whoa, what really went on?
I mean, it did like 100,000 X. She was like, "What happened? We just bought the cars." There was, and so yeah, a lot of stuff is going on with the WNBA and the NBA Top Shots. And you have even like we've been talking like Steph Curry. He just recently became an ambassador for one of the FTX trading platforms for U.S. citizens that you can trade. So there's a lot of things happening with athletes, NBA, WNBA, that are pouring into the crypto and the NFT space right now. Most of you won't know, or you may know, that NFTs are separate from crypto, but they could be one of the same. There are platforms like Dapper Labs, which is and Flow, that are trying to make it easy for you to use your debit card with it, and you not even really notice that crypto is involved. Same thing with Blankos. So do pay attention to a lot of those things, but if you can get into here in the season 0 or season 1 or 2 of the WNBA, which is one right now, you can buy a couple of cards and get a good position on some of those things, but pay attention to the serial number.
Yeah. So I know I'm sitting here looking at this, that Subaru. I'm like, okay, well, I see all these are already high. So, first thing that when I'm looking at these, I'm starting to figure out if I'm going to buy a card that's, within the top 100 or top 200, whatever your number is going to be. I'm looking like right in here. Okay, card 103 for 209. I would go
Mhm.
ahead and pay an additional, was it $11 to try to get this? Actually, $10. So the $10 to get this card here, because this card number 103 versus 161. So
Even 62. Mm-hmm.
yeah, so when you're looking at these things, those are things especially when you're someone who's based on trying to get a better serial. Now, if you're just trying to get in here and get the whole series just to get the series, then by all means, you go in and you get whatever the lowest card is. If that's your first goal and you're just getting started, try to get the whole series. If you can, because I think down the line there may be some benefits to having the whole series. It is what it is, and so just do those things, look at those things, and then make a decision as far as, hey, I don't want to spend that much money on these cards. Find the cheapest one available and buy it. It will probably be very beneficial for that. Okay, so I know one other thing, Jessica. They was talking even as far as with the showcases. I think there's definitely a new showcase that's out right now.
That's
So
right.
make sure you're participating in the showcases. If you do have some of these cards, there are some benefits of doing some of the showcases. Where's it at?
Go to challenges at, or they go to challenges at the top.
Did I miss? Oh, there it goes. Active challenges. Okay, so there's that one, and then there's the showcase challenges. So right here, so this one right here, since I bought the set, I'll literally just walk through this real quick. So this, since I bought the set of the WNBA, it says I'm gonna need 8 moments in order to create this. There are benefits of doing these, so I simply click that. Skylar Diggins, that's who you're going to get. That card in itself, you're like, okay, that might be a very good moment to have. So all you simply do, like I said, I clicked on that. I clicked create my showcase. It's very, I mean, very self-explanatory. And then from there, you can go in and you just pick like right. So it says number one. I just come down here and I can pick whoever from my set of cards that I have who I want my number one card to be. I don't think there means anything as far as which number or which person you want. You can just simply go in here and let's see. Do I have all my cards showing? Okay, these are the different
They
cards.
won't let you allow you. You'll get to Tarasi, but they make you place her almost like in fifth or sixth.
Oh, really?
I'm not sure if it be, but you have to select these ones, and more will populate as you go.
All right, let's go for her for the jumper right there. That's a good one. All right, so that took care of my card number one. Then from there, I just pick up another card. Sabrina's, I know Sabrina's definitely good. And then we go card number three. On card number three, we'll go right here. All right, and so now this is where you're talking about. So these are the different other moments that I still have that now are available for me to go ahead and put in. So you can see there's Tarasi. So now I can go ahead and put Tarasi in there. We'll put Brianna in there. Oh, AJ. AJ. I need AJ on. Okay, and then that would be my moments. Oh, that so, no, so then I can put Candace Parker. I want to put Candace in there for sure. All right, and then we need one more, Sue Bird.
And it's like you said, certain of the moments do go into certain categories. So it may want you to show one that's like a 3-pointer, one that's a layup, and so it may be requesting different specific cards in that. And that was also why we said it's better to get the collection, because the showcases came out after the collection. You may have had it, and if you have every card, you can basically complete a showcase that they're going to be asking for that specific one.
Okay, and then from there, I just click Save Showcase, and that showcase has been completed. Congratulations, you're almost there. Okay, that's it. And then it just tells you as far as make sure you don't list those up for sale. If you're someone who's looking to sell, don't be doing the showcase because you have to have the cards in your showcase in order to to claim the prize. So again, that's this to me. This is when we talk about airdrops. This is like kind of equivalent to an airdrop. You're going to get a free card for having their cards, and so there are benefits again as far as being able to have the cards. Those are the benefits that you get. Okay, so I'll just go back to home, and then that challenge has been complete for me. It's pretty much that simple, and this is the amount of time. Each one of these challenge will definitely have a certain amount of time that they have the challenge going for, and then after that, there'll be another challenge, and so that's the benefit of having the different cards. Okay, Jessica, anything else you got? I don't want to.
No. Yeah, so they can just pay attention to let them know the card prices can change at any moment. So just seeing the gaps between the listings and the card numbers. 'Cause like I said, some people can come in here and rechange some of those prices on some of those cards to go lower. But right now, the floor is only moving up, and generally it stays going up. So if you're going to get your set, it's kind of a little more higher now. But if you can start off by still just getting one card at a time.
Yep, that's that just to start doing something. Because again, like I
Yes,
said,
yes.
I know. Again, I think we talked about the other day. Some of the numbers had started going down a little bit, and they're going to fluctuate. So don't get in these things and thinking that they're going to just stay up high all the time. I mean, just like you do if you were invested in stocks and stuff, your stocks go up and your stocks go down. Your portfolio go up and it go down. It's going to be no different when you're in the NFT space. I keep telling people, as far as within the NFT space, there not everything in the crypto space is going to be rosy. Not everything's going to be just super great. It's just it is what it is, and so you have to make sure you're investing in projects. Take your own profit. Don't go based off of what I may do or what I may stay in as a long term. That may not. I don't pay your bills. You don't pay my bills. I don't pay your bills. So do what's best for you when it's time for you, as far as what things that you're invested in or buying. Okay, and I know a little earlier, just you mentioned about Steph Curry. Steph Curry, even as and I think we shared this tweet over there earlier. He's talking about getting into the crypto game. So again, not trying to keep harp on Steph Curry, but when you're starting to see these people who are getting invested in these different projects, It's for a reason. It's for a reason. So don't be that person that still says it's a scam, and they still making money, and you don't know you're using crypto and you buying crypto. So
Yeah, and if you go to the newest tweet on this page, he has that new announcement. The right there, the FTX.
oh, right here. Oh, I didn't want to go to FTX. I
Which is
wanted to go to
another
Step.
trading platform.
Yep. So that's huge. That's good. That's really good. So I need to go see what coins FTX has available, so
Yes,
I
sir.
can I can get in on the fun.
Oh,
Because
there
if
goes
Steph
the
was
announcement.
look,
That's right.
wasn't he just asking the question about what coins should he buy in, and
Yeah,
now
now
he
you're
gonna
on
be on
now
FTX
you're
with
part of
the
the
city.
exchange. Holding the coins.
Dog, that's good. So don't sleep on some of these things. I know. I see Tom Brady. I know everybody was talking about the article too about how the NFL was trying to say that certain people in the NFL couldn't do their the NFT stuff. Tom Brady's like way over here. He got his own platform and stuff going. I'm like, okay, y'all gonna tell Tom he can't do this? Tom ain't trying to hear all that.
Yeah.
Tom's like, oh wait, yeah. What y'all want me to retire? They're like, no,
Yep.
we don't really want you to retire.
Mhm.
So, but no, that's good stuff. But again,
Yes.
when you start paying attention, don't sit there with blinders or with your eyes closed, thinking that oh no, nope. Start paying attention. There, like I said, and I know even earlier on the earlier call, we did share some things as far as just be aware of things. Like I said, if you're investing in some of these projects, there was some scam things going on where people were going on, and what they'll do sometimes is they'll go on and they'll buy a whole bunch of items to make you think that they're sold out fast, and then they're just it's their item, and they'll just go on and make more money. So you should be, like I said, that's a little bit more advanced as far as when you're looking at buying things with crypto and so forth. But just be aware of those things, as you're starting to get involved with the NFT space. That not everybody out here is going to be looking for your best interest. They're going to be looking for your money. But at the
That's right.
same time, if you get invested in some of these projects that we're sharing with you, do your research on, you'll find that, hey, man, I'm glad I got invested in a lot of those things, because I know there's some things for us that we're like, man, I'm glad I got invested in that,
Yes.
because it happens that fast. And so, okay, Jessica, I have nothing else. I want to respect people's time tonight, and so
That's
we
it.
have nothing else for you all tonight. We will be back on again on Thursday at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So hopefully, like I said, continue to share with your families and friends with NFTs.com. Your kids, we'd love to see your kids get involved with some of these things, because literally, instead of having our kids just playing these games, we need to start teaching our kids on how to help develop some of these games, so they can start creating these things and selling them to people around the world, and they continue to get money after they sell each and every single dot one time. That's the ultimate goal. Play the game, but also own some stuff in the game, so you can say, I own that game stuff, but you can still sell it. And then at that point, once we get them to creating the games, then I need some people to create some stuff on my sandbox land. So that's why I'm putting the shot out there. I need some creators. I'm invested in Sandbox. So I need some people who can develop some game stuff for
That's
me,
right.
some experiences for me on my Sandbox land. So once we thank you all for hopping on with us this evening. And once again, we will see you all again on this coming Thursday at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. You guys have a great rest of your evening, and you guys have a great night.
Yes. Have a great night.